This video is intended to describe a lightblade power pack disc named Lightning Bolt. First things first, it's also based off the Love Currency platform coin seen right here, unobstructed by the wires and components, that has been commissioned into existence by the wonderful wizard of Sedona, Stephen Ross. So it's been a great honor to augment this particular love currency in many renditions at this point, and so obviously this is another dramatic foray into the augmentation of this love currency platform, seen here in the Lightning Bolt. So, as a preface, I'll go ahead and discuss the blade banding seen with basically 3 concentric circles, much like a crystalline multi-wave oscillator, which I will omit for the purpose of this video, for that is his story to tell. But I'll start off with this blade banding seen right here, which is essentially the full spectrum of light in a centrifugal circuit with the inclusion of pink and cinnabar for a distinct purpose, which I'll describe as I continue the notarization. So starting off right here would be rutilated quartz, which works as a tremendous accelerant of energy through any other circuit it runs, and particularly in a perpetual momentum of a closed loop circuit of this outer circle seen right here. Starting off with ruby, the quintessential, only of course this is my whimsical stick figure chakra map that will be assisting me in this crystalline tour. Ruby, right here of course, is the quintessential precious stone of antiquity, well notarized root chakra stimulant, as well as golden healer quartz. Golden healer quartz is a fantastic high heart gold white light source emanation central sun alignment frequency. So as a quick little digression, the rutilated quartz and the golden healer quartz are completely staggered in the entire ignition sequence, seen like so, to have the rutilated quartz accelerate the entire spectrum, as well as golden healer quartz to work as a nice subcapacitation of direct source energy, which has its own merit of extreme metaphysical value in a vibratory circuit. So, golden healer quartz, great gold white light Christ emanation central sun frequency alignment into carnelian, a lovely orange ray stimulant that stimulates the lower 3 chakras of ancient antiquity of Egyptian utilization. Rutilated quartz into tiger's eye, a fantastic solar plexus stimulant and aligner of the lower 3 chakras. Going into golden healer quartz into peridot, a fantastic 3rd and 4th chakra stimulant. Rutilated quartz into emerald, the king and queen of the green ray heart chakra receptivity abundance frequency. Golden healer quartz into aquamarine. Aquamarine is actually a beryl family cousin to emerald of the cardinal water spectrum, as a fantastic 4th and 5th chakra stimulant. Then rutilated quartz into blue sapphire. Blue sapphire, fantastic wind elemental 5th and 6th stimulant of course precious notoriety, as well as golden healer quartz into lapis lazuli, a very famous stone of antiquity for Egyptian magi utilization for the 5th and 6th chakras, a classic psychic awakening frequency well notarized in human history for metaphysical purposes. Rutilated quartz into the amazing amethyst, the quintessential violet ray crown stimulant. Golden healer quartz into rose quartz, the quintessential, very common, thank goodness, pink ray high heart stimulant of divine love. Into rutilated quartz into cinnabar. Cinnabar is a very special, powerful frequency of what can be considered alchemy or magic that's very powerful for wielding high frequency energy. Very much the sorcerer archetype frequency, which actually I'll just go ahead and omit that because I still have much more to cover, but a very special component of theurgy seen right here of basically quantum matter manipulation. Hence its alchemical roots and legends are quite steeped into metaphysical lore. Into golden healer quartz, then that is the completion of the outer band circuit. So this band right here of transmutation was installed after the base installation, everything underneath this, because before this grounding point of transmutation was installed, it was rather jittery and volatile. Since, of course, its name is Lightning Bolt, there are terminations of fulgurite seen at the 4 bases of the clear pyramid, which will be, of course, notarized in turn But that's why, of course, this is an ultimate contingency to be a fantastic grounding agent, as well as a directional agent, and as well as bringing an element of tangibility to ground this high-frequency apparatus into the earth to actually make the magic real. So starting off with that, I will be discussing gotta find the start of it. Okay, here we are. So starting off with this exotic variation of the transmutation ratio would be hematite, an iron-based quintessential grounder of excess energy, which lovely takes all stray energies and grounds it to the root chakra, into the earth stars and into the earth meridian matrix for reprocessing. Smoky quartz, doing much of the same exact energy pathway configuration job, takes a great amount of negativity, transmutes it into positivity by grounding it into the earth for reprocessing. So that concept, to put it simply, is an aspect of also energetic dialysis to ensure the energetic contact pack always is grounding into the earth for A, to ground all the excess energy, and B, be an agent of tangibility for this high frequency output to ensure that the contact patch is always grounding the earth for a two-way reprocessing. Hence it's dubbed the transmutation ratio. Then the special variety right here is the pyrite. Pyrite can be considered a more masculine cousin to hematite, which can be androgynous. Pyrite is an excellent solar plexus stimulant of iron nature, which means it's also very successful, actually successfully directing high-frequency currents into tangibility of the Earth bandwidth range of third-dimensional reality. And so on, as it completes its second concentric circle, like so. So I feel like that's pretty well notarized as a great contingency for such a innately powerful, relatively clandestine small device, is having the grounding contact patch to make sure that the arcing of this excessive lightning frequency pocket rocket actually has a safe discharge into Earth for many reasons. I think it's pretty evident what I've described so far of the benefits of exactly this concentric ring. So the third concentric ring is a very special addition right here, starting off with clear quartz to be a neutral accelerant of this particular circular circuit into prehnite. Prehnite is an amazing third and fourth chakra stimulant, both corresponding with the water and the earth frequencies, which is a very fantastic, amazing metaphysical application. So prehnite, in my opinion too, plays a critical role of being the quintessential natural analog alignment of the Raphael force, or the alignment to the Raphael the Archangel, the great seraphim of the green ray. So having a little dose of that as the business endo basically brings a lot of Raphael frequency naturally in the background of the broadcast, which is very advantageous for soothing the energy, of course, to have Raphael force more directly analog in tap with this whole construct, as well as it's very, very important to the recipient, as that is one of his great sponsors of sorcery, is the Raphael force. So that's a very special little touch that I won't go further because we have much more to cover. So like I mentioned, having the three concentric rings does vaguely resemble a multi-wave oscillator in a crystalline format, which is also very near and dear to the heart of the recipient with his illustrious career as a bona fide wizard. So, very awesome. So that, of course, also, why I described first, works as a dissertation, or basically kind of a good preface to have all the other frequencies run in the bandwidth of these three rings of concentric circle to have the other aspects be contained, recirculated for perpetual energetic momentum. And so, what makes it the lightning bolt will now be discussed now. So, buried underneath these concentric rings against the base of this four-sided clear quartz pyramid is a little subroutine of selenite, fulgurite, and seraphinite with the four kyanite spectrums attached to the four sides of the clear quartz pyramid. So before I go further, the clear quartz pyramid seen right here in the middle, which is relatively unobstructed by wires, so it has an open broadcast, also serves as an apex focus, because naturally, a pyramidal structure, I can't use both hands because obviously I'm holding the phone for this little rant, but it takes the excess energy and gives it a sharp focus. Hence, the pyramid is unobstructed as much as possible to give a very clean broadcast focus that can be, of course, wielded relatively clandestinely in the hand, like so, as kind of a little bit of example. So that, of course, would also be the main heart or engine of the construct, seen right here being a clear pyramid quartz, which of course can be aspects also of it being lending its assistance to be consciousness-assisted technology for the energy resonance of the wielder to be able to put a focus of invocation through the broadcast of the circuitry. And another little fun fact also, when it comes to a multi-wave oscillator, which is a derivative of Tesla technology for frequency healing application, which was very cool and of course very well suppressed because it just worked and it was like magic because it was science. It also has an homage of resembling what Plato refers as the concentric rings of Atlantis. Coincidence? I do not think so. With the canals of the three concentric rings also represented here, they probably were onto something. That's all I will say about that. And so, without further ado, I will discuss what's seen right here underneath this concentric ring of the prehnite in quartz. And I'll do it basically clockwise to keep continuity and linear progression. So seen, I'm trying to find the black kyanite be the good preface for the ground up situation. There it is. It's very well concealed at this point. So right here, this particular cluster has selenite. So they all have selenite on the four directions of the pyramid for the focus. And the selenite plays a rather critical role, which I'll discuss right now. Selenite is a very amazing higher self enlightenment engagement frequency that makes a fantastic clearing of energetic debris from the conscious self all the way back to the Godhead higher self perception, which is essentially a great key to the higher self perception in the conscious self of the physical avatar. And by itself, it's a fantastic high frequency agent to clear stagnant energies from the entire auric field in general, which is by itself very advantageous and fantastic for metaphysical purposes. But where it truly shines in any given spirit tool or lightblade variation is the aspect of taking this entire frequency pitch, mentioned thus far and yet to be mentioned, and it can purify all these frequencies in a circuit, it can harmonize all these frequencies in a circuit, then amplify and intensify the entire circuit. So when you take the trifecta of that much triumph of purification, amplification, and harmonization, that makes for the grounds for a very dynamic, powerful device and spirit tool, essentially. So that's always a very fun fact about selenite. But back to the individual selenite power packs on the four directions of the pyramid base. So this one starting right here has black kyanite mounted to it. So black kyanite, kyanites for that matter in general, are the most fantastic rapid bridgers of energy in the mineral kingdom. Hence they're essential for light tech to have the transferability that actually makes the vibrations broadcast very tangibly. So they are basically the bread and butter of my life's work in a lot of ways. Actually, a lot of different variables are at this point, but the kyanites play a special role, particularly black kyanite, serving as a fantastic surge protector. Black kyanite rapidly bridges all energies through the root chakra, black ray, into the earth and into the earth for reprocessing at a very rapid rate, which also means it has a particular auto-calibration. So if there's too much spiritual G's going on, it actually works triple time to ensure the contact patch is grounding to the earth, which is obviously a comforting situation for the nervous system for like that much energy coursing through the system, as well as being another agent to tangibilize the entirety of the broadcast into the earth for real magic. So black kyanite is quite essential in all light tech for that exact purpose. And finally, without further ado, I will discuss why it is called lightning bolt. So against these power packs, which I'll be discussing more in detail, are 4 pieces of fulgurite, which is literally the power of lightning striking sand, carrying that lightning charge, which was well notarized to be utilized by First Nation shamans to intensify their prayers back to spirit and back to creator, and particularly intensify their prayers and their medicine to be of service to creation. So it was very powerful shamanic utilized spirit tool of its time. So obviously wire wrapping that to a circuit carries that lightning energy through the entire construct. Hence, like I mentioned, before the installation of these 2 concentric circles, it was rather volatile and very intense because it quite literally was the accelerated power of lightning in a little tiny pocket rocket sized multi-wave oscillator appearing device, which is pretty substantial. So fulgurite also is a tremendous full light body stimulant from the entire chakra column, with literally the mimicking of the force of lightning in its activation, which obviously by itself could be inherently volatile, for it literally is actually carrying the energy of lightning. Hence, there's many contingencies to get the most out of that without the excessive overture of the jitteriness that lightning actually is in a bottle when you hold it. And so lightning also makes for a tremendous full light body stimulation with literally the force of lightning, also dramatically intensifying manifestation from that ratio of having that much energetic lightning capacity in alignment with the conscious self, makes for a very dramatically powerful magical medicine in that capacity. So that indeed is what gives it the archetypal name of lightning bolt, with the heavy concentration intentional construct of lightning fulgurite literally being the foundation of this relatively concealable small superconductor for that matter. So that's the fulgurite seen on 4 points. Of course, a wire wrap to the base of the pyramid so that the lightning actually has a focus of energy through this apex right here of this clear quartz being the focalizer of this entire broadcast. So moving on over here, this section, just like the first one, actually has orange kyanite, which is a fantastic sacral stimulant of the highest configuration, which also transfers the imaginational intention of the wielder, who is a wizard, into the output. And kyanites, for that matter, are very complex to describe in linear fashion based on their extreme versatility in metaphysical application, but I'll do my best to keep it consolidated and coherent. So the aspect also of orange kyanite makes a very rapid transfer of the highest sacrum, which is a great, of course, confidence booster in that capacity in alignment with one dharmic blueprint of one's highest self. It's very meta stuff. So underneath these 4 points also is seraphinite. Seraphinite is an quintessential seraphic frequency imbuement, which of course taps into the entire seraphic realm of the archangels as a collective, which is very, very advantageous for healing purposes, and probably one of my top 5 favorite stones for metaphysical application based on its versatile, amazing utilization. So a little dose of that goes a long way for a full light body stimulation healing capacity as well, to dismantle any patterns of dis-ease from all the energetic and physical and non-physical bodies. And moving on to this guy, so this termination sequence will have green kyanite underneath this concentric circle. Green kyanite is a very rapid transferability range of the heart chakra to the highest configuration in connection to creation. With the seraphinite, the fulgurite, and the selenite, then it's very well concealed at this point. So last but not least, there is the section with the blue kyanite, which serves as a fantastic neural pathway third eye stimulant that works very fantastic to actually merge the left and right hemispheres of the prefrontal lobes, aka the awakened third eye, without cross interference restriction. So having the 4 spectrums of kyanite also serves as another etheric Teflon rapid transfer buffer that of course can bridge patterns very quickly into existence, as well as make almost a containment field for the outer emanations of the auric field to be unobstructed by any stray radial energies that would be compromising to one's highest self spirit connection with their earth contact patch well intact. So that's where the kyanite has a great versatility in the constructs as well. And by golly, I think it is actually fully notarized in under 20 minutes roughly. So the big idea of this guy also is that it's relatively clandestine and small, and can be seen right here to basically clock in at roughly 2 inches wide with, let's see if I get it properly displayed here, with approximately about a half an inch in the width of 2 inches, with the length of about basically half an inch. In theory, this can actually be wielded quite clandestinely in a pouch, for example, to be put in a pocket that would not probably be too obstructive in that idea. So it could be very much a pocket rocket, top secret device, which is the prerogative of the recipient, to be able to probably not too obstructive for a pocket to be put in, for example, to kind of give example. And, of course, if feeling the prerogative to do so, could be wielded pretty easily in the hand, like so, to be a very tremendous palm chakra engagement frequency of a very complex superconductor that's quite aggressive for its power to size ratio, and most importantly, it's based on a timeless message that really is a great honor to be developing these energetic platforms around, obviously, of everything, all actions with love, in love, and through love, and to maintain a beautiful heart, an open mind, and a humble spirit. So, a full circle, quite literally, pun very much intended. This is another dramatic foray in this extreme augmentation of this exact love currency in existence, which in theory would be a very dramatic boost to the pre-existing augmentations of this particular love currency already in existence in distribution. All right, well, anyone watching this, I pray you have a fantastic day, 1,000 blessings, and may the force be with us all.